All right. Hi, everyone. Is anybody in? Is anybody in this evening? Okay. Anybody in? So while we wait, um, I'll just play some music to just get us ready. Welcome to Woman Palaver.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Hi, PI. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am.
How are
Good
you?
to see you. Fine, thank you. It's good to be here.
All right. You're welcome. Hello. I think we're having a little bit of, hi, Minister Jumai. We're having a little bit of network issues on my side. Good evening, Shalakumi. How are you doing today? Hi, Minister Florence. Great, great, great to see you. Pia, I almost wore my worship warrior t-shirt.
You should have.
All in the spirit of when women worship
That's right.
tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Madam Adako. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Oh, so I wanted to wear this t-shirt as well, but for some reason, hi, Biolu. For some reason, actually, I didn't have time to just organize myself. So I just took the t-shirt I could find and just, flung it on my body, so to say. So you're welcome. How's it been?
It's been a great week, a great week of women empowerment. It's been a
All
great,
right.
great week
Any
of women
stories for us?
empowerment.
Any gist for us? I want us to start with yesterday was the Leading Ladies Business Institute, the annual conference and graduation. And we thank God it was great. And maybe we should start with highlight from there. And then we take it to the next level, what we have for everyone today. So, I mean, what was the high point for you, or what were the high points in, what happened yesterday? It was an
All right.
amazing day, and we had women come together, get empowered. We had powerful
Yeah.
speakers, and all of that. So, what would you say?
All right. It was really an exciting time yesterday, especially with all the positive energy in the room. Seeing women there, I could feel the vibe from the women who were graduating, and then even others, their friends who felt like, wow, where have I been? See my friend achieving great, mighty things. I could do better. I could see that positive peer pressure, so to say, where
Yeah,
women began to feel like I can do better than this. I could be
yeah,
better. I can invest in myself too. I can be just like my friend. I know with the speakers that we had, Adesua was, such a vibe, hearing her share her story. Hi, Jemai. I never knew she had 6 children, for instance. that was that
like,
was
how did she do
interesting
it?
to know. Yes, it was interesting to know at that time that she had she had already 6 kids. And then afterwards, we had Cecilia Akintomide. It was also a very exciting time with her. She's so intelligent. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God,
And she
listening
looks
to
so
her giving
unassuming.
unassuming. Yeah, she looked really so unassuming. She can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, my power went off, but it will be back soon.
Yes, I can.
Can
It
you
just
hear
it
me?
just went off a little, but
All
yes,
right, all
no
right. Yeah,
problem.
so Cecilia,
Yes, we
very
can.
interesting, very intelligent woman, and she gave us, such an exciting, overview to why it's important for women to grow. She gave us such an
That's
intelligent
right.
insight
That's
to
right.
why it's important for women to develop themselves. Yeah, right. That's what we have in Nigeria. We're so blessed. And then when Funke Buckner came on board, it was so interesting. I mean, you know, she brought a different dimension to the conference as well, especially when she started to talk about, you know, the power of networks, why networks are important, you know, why women must stay in their company. You know, I really would love us to talk about that today. Why a woman community is important for women to thrive. You know, women sort of like shy away from female community. They're like, no, I don't want women issues. I don't want women palaver in that sense. Women are too petty. Women are too this. Women are too that. But I like, you know, the insight that she gave, you know, to being in a community of other women on the rise. You know, it was a conference full of positive energy, a lot of wisdom to glean from, learn from. Everyone left that place feeling like, okay, I'm bigger than I am, you know, than I may look right now. I can do everything. If it's ever going to be, it's entirely up to me. You know, and I'm so looking forward to the women who were there at that conference, rising and becoming better. Can I say something, PD? So, can you hear me, PD? Can you hear me? All right, the network seems stuck on my end. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Anyone?
Hello. Hello. Okay, can anyone hear me? So sorry, we're just having a hard time with network today. Can anybody hear me, please? I guess we were both locked out.
Yeah. 1 minute I saw myself only, and then the next thing I was out. But we will stream no matter what happens.
We will talk.
You know, I was talking about the last bit where I spoke about how Funke Buckner emphasized the importance of women being in positive networks. You know, I had a meeting today, yeah, with a woman in our network, and she was so pumped up and excited, you know, saying, wow, you know, PI, this has been the best time of my life. You know, I've grown so much. I mean, she shared a story and she talked about, you know, her marriage and her children, you know, where she's coming from, how she struggled with her business, how she got into business. So she is a large scale farmer. And, you know, I was really impressed with how far she had gone, especially because I knew where she was when she came into school earlier this year. And so by the time I saw what she had done, you know, I saw her stuff at the exhibition stand. I was totally wowed. I'm like, how did you do this? So we had a meeting earlier on today at the office. And then she said something that really struck me. She said, for a long time, she said, before I came to LLBI, I was at a point where I was depressed and already contemplating suicide. Now she's married. She has 2 kids, and you know, she's the perfect Lagos wife. If you understand what I mean, she has a rich husband. People look at her and say, rich man wife. But here she was suffering and dying in silence. You know, she said, you know, her husband would say things like, you know, what do you know? You don't know anything. They're just there spending my money and all of that and all. And she was, you know, she was being eaten up inside. But she said, okay, that was how she found LLBI somewhere on Instagram or Facebook, and she decided, I want to be a part of this. And then she came on board, and then she joined. She said, ISOA, for the first time in my life, my husband sees me doing something, and he says, well done.
Wow.
She said he's not even in Lagos, Nigeria, but You know, she can feel the vibe. You know, she said she had a particular order from a well-known customer. I mean, it's like, you know, can you imagine Dangote calling you and says, please, can you supply this to me? You know, you have made it. You know, she had that kind of deal. Somebody called her and the man was so impressed. And he said, oh, you know what? Oh, the van you have will not work. I'm going to buy you a bus. You know, and I told her something. I said, all the while your husband was waiting for you to wake up.
To get up, to rise up.
That's it. I said, it's not about the man. All the while he was waiting for you to wake up. I mean, she said, if she did, because I remember she had to leave early yesterday to go pick the kids from school. And I was asking her, oh, how far? I hope you got there in time and all of that. Oh, she said, yes, I was a few minutes late, but it was okay. When my husband, she said, my husband was calling, but I refused to pick the call. And then she said, finally, when she picked the kids, she gave her daughter the phone. And the man said, oh, how are you? She said, I'm fine, but mommy picked me late. And then the husband said, oh, but you know, mommy is busy now. She's developing herself. She's improving herself. So you have to be a little patient with her. Sometimes things like this will happen. She said she almost passed out driving the car. She said before, because the husband will shout at her, talk her down right in front of the kids.
And it makes sense. Like, what are you doing? Why can't
exactly,
you
because the man was wondering, what are you doing? Just at home spending my money eating my food. Come on, my friend, go and pick the kids from school and by all means get there early. You know, and she said she just couldn't believe herself. She said, people say, you know, you have changed. You are looking so excited. You're looking so happy. And I told her the reason why that is happening is because you have grown from within. There's a void in every person for significance. And when you are not finding fulfillment in life, doesn't matter whether you're female or male, whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you're not finding fulfillment, you're going to feel that void. You're gonna, you know, there's gonna be that emptiness inside of you, that sense of lack of worth, you know, where you're not producing value. And today I'm just so excited. She said, you saw my dressing has not changed, my hair has not changed. She said, in fact, my husband saw me today and he was shouting on the phone, go and do your hair, go and do your hair and all of that. She said, well, I really don't care. But she said, everybody says, you know, there's something different about you. There's something different about you. And I said, it's the energy that you now exude. You exude an air of confidence. You exude an air of, you know, intelligence. You exude an air of excitement. And that is attractive to anyone. You know, if women will grow and do away with all their excuses, I'm telling you, would have better marriages, right? I mean, I can imagine them, you know, going from one place to another. Yeah, better mothers, definitely. I mean, that's going to make her daughter think, oh, that, wow, my mom is doing something interesting that my dad even approves of. And then she's going to say, okay, I want to become like my mom. If women will get up, improve themselves, invest in themselves, I mean, we're going to have better children, better marriages, better work atmospheres, you know. So for me, those were the highlights, you know, from the Edifice conference. You know, I know that women are coming to that place of awareness. You know, I met several participants after the program and they kept saying, wow, I love this place. I just want to be like all the women here. I love this place. I love this place. Okay, something very important I wanted to say. You know, in talking to that lady this morning, I told her something very significant to buttress what Funke Buckner was saying about the power of networks. And I told her, I said, for every woman who has come through LLBI and is actually outstanding right now, are those of them that have stayed with the network. Because she asked me, you know, so what do I do next? You know, she was like, I want to go for my master's. And master's, you didn't become like this because of master's. It was self-awareness. Personal development opened you up to this. All you need to do is stay with that personal development. I told her I don't have masters, but I coach people that have masters, two degrees. I coach people that have 2 masters. I coach people that have doctorate degrees. And it's not because of masters. It's that development, what you've been able to do with yourself. I told her, stick around and you will grow. You will grow and just become like every other woman in the community. You know, this, for me, those were the highlights of the Edifice conference. It was really interesting. It was.
I loved that part that Cecilia said, talked about the story in the Bible about the daughters of what's his name again,
So,
Zephaniah or something. You know, talk to that was so profound. That was really so profound. And the first time I heard her share that story was where you went to minister, that I was there. And she mentioned that story. And it occurred to me. I never saw it the way she saw it. Now, these daughters of Zephaniah or something, you know, this man had died.
Zelo
And the man
something.
had yeah, I'll find it. And this man had property and everything, but he died. Unfortunately, he died. And the law, all right, was that when a man died and he didn't have daughters,
Son. No,
then
a son.
he didn't have sons, all right, then his properties, his inheritance will go to either his sons. If he doesn't have sons, will go to his brothers, or you know, like that, like that,
Yeah.
like that. I mean, and these girls, and she mentioned the fact that, so these ladies went and said, no, it's not going to be. I mean, what was his crime apart from dying? You know, apart from dying, what was his? I mean, is it crime for a man to die? And he had children. Not that
Yeah.
he didn't have children, but because his children are not male, doesn't mean his work will go like that unnoticed. He has children. He has daughters, and they deserve
That's
to
right.
get their father's inheritance. And you know, Moses. I mean, they weren't just
Pili, I can't hear you. I seem to have lost you there.
can you hear me?
Yes, you're back now.
All right, I went off for a
You're
little
still
bit.
talking about the daughters
Yeah, so they
of
went out.
Zelophehad.
I mean, they didn't try to. They weren't hiding it. They weren't trying to talk gently. They went out to the highest authorities to say,
Yeah,
we demand that our father's inheritance should come to us. And Moses had to go pray to say, God, but you said, God, the law says, God, the law says, and God said, do as they have said. They are right. And she mentioned the fact that before these women, there were many other women that, you know, just accepted the status quo. There are many other
yeah,
women that just, they would grumble within themselves. Oh, it's
but
not
do
fair.
nothing.
It will be an excuse. You know, we can't inherit our father's land. So let's just marry rich men and all of that. But these women said no. And they had a voice until their voice was heard, and they
Heard.
called in here. And because of them, the law was changed from then on. And so my point is this: we give excuses. You know,
Yeah,
women shouldn't be great. I mean, look at the lady, Mrs. The first lady that spoke,
Adeswa.
Adesua.
Adeswa.
And she had 6 kids. So she had 6 kids. She had a thriving business, thriving career, great family. I mean, she had everything. So we can have it all. We can
That's
really have
right.
it all. Thank you. Zelophehad's
Zelophehad.
daughter. Zelophehad. Thank you, Director Lamide. You know, and that's it. You know, they refused to accept the status quo. Now there was another person. I think it was still the same woman that she said, you know, most of the time say, who are you? We know we want to talk about what we are and
What
not who
we
we
are.
are. What we
Yeah.
are based on my marital status, my financial
Number of kids I
status, my
have,
degrees.
where I work.
But at the end of, if those things crash down on us, the question still remains: who are you? Who will you be? And this is the reason
That's
identity
right.
crisis is the reason a lot of women are broken, are depressed, are messed up. I always say every woman is depressed until proven otherwise. There was something else that was said yesterday that was so profound, that there is nothing called balance in life.
I really love that part.
That there's nothing balancing. So if you're
There's no
trying
balance.
to find balance, you will never,
That's it.
you will never. She said what you need to find is harmony. Harmony, not
Mm,
balance. Because life is not balanced. So if you're trying to keep it like,
balanced.
but you find your rhythm, find what works for you, find your voice, find that thing inside of you, what works for you. And you know what works for you. Your business is important and it's very important. You know, family is highly important. But listen, family is not necessarily more important than every other thing.
That's right.
Everything in a purpose-driven person's life is important. And you've got to succeed in every aspect of life. Every aspect is important. You can't say, well, my family is very important, so I'm just going to do it and leave every other thing. And then your business suffers, your finances suffers, your health suffers, your well-being suffers. At the end of the day, you can't even have a good marriage or a good family.
Yeah.
So everything matters. So it brings me to this question, putting it all together. I want to say, you know what, ladies, we need to grow. We need to stop making excuses and start making progress. We need to develop, like Pia has said. We need to grow.
Absolutely.
We need to develop. And the question here is this, what are you going to do? And that's why the Leading Ladies Business Institute was founded. It was founded because there is no growth without empowerment. Don't tell me you're growing and there's no result in your life. As a woman, is it a curse to be a woman? Being a woman is a blessing. Being a woman is a blessing. A woman doesn't have less intelligence. A woman doesn't have less opportunities. A woman doesn't have less possibilities. But it's up to you to decide what you want out of life. Being a woman is not a curse. I mean, can we call a spade a spade? It's not a curse. We've got to improve. We've got to become better. We've got to develop. And that's why the Leading Ladies Business Institute, it's so crazy. The amount of excuses that we hear on a daily basis. And I'm coming to those excuses right now. I'm going to pass the baton to you because I know you're more in tune and more in touch with the excuses of these women. Because what we can just talk about is, come to school, come and develop yourself. I mean, you guys are going to hear the ridiculous excuses that people give. All right. So the school was established to empower the everyday African woman. That wake up, Africa. Wake up.
We can do better.
That you have also said is the fact that, you see, half of the population is female, half is male. And you see, for many years, we've been thriving on what is like walking on one leg. You can't be balanced. And so the economy of Africa has been thriving or struggling just on one leg, 50%. What if women would wake up? What if men will release these women? Yeah, I feel like saying Moses, I feel like saying Pharaoh, let my people go. Let the women go. Like, you marry a woman, you marry an intelligent woman, and then you say she can't express herself, she can't work, you think she's not intelligent. If you marry an intelligent woman and turn her into a zombie, into a shadow of who she is, where she has possibilities, potentials, and things she can change our world with. Come on, girls, come to LLBI. I tell people, I'm not joking here. Don't call me and say mentor me. Don't call me and say mentor. There's already a system of mentorship to help you thrive, to help you grow. Enroll. There are many courses. There are courses that you can do. Listen to me. There's no empowerment without knowledge. Knowledge is power. There's no empowerment without knowledge. Knowledge is power. I want to ask you a question here, Pia.
Yes, ma'am.
Based on what we've discussed and what happened yesterday, what we heard yesterday, what really? Now, people say the greatest need of a woman is a comfortable man, a man that has money. And I know that lie. I know the men. And that's why we're also bringing Woman Palaver. And I think every woman should invite their husbands. That you need to hear. Sometimes when you're talking, it looks like you're talking too much. You need to hear.
Maybe we'll bring a man on the show.
We're gonna bring men on the show to speak as well. Do you understand? I mean, I think that the greatest high point yesterday was that a man graduated from.
Oh my God, Cindy! I've still not gotten over that. That man is super special. I told him you are one of a kind.
Bring up that amazing picture. I'm gonna frame that picture like forever.
Yeah.
Until other men get up. Until other men get up. To really
it was,
you know what?
I mean, empowered man. The empowered man was what he had on his t-shirt.
Oh my!
I was just so amazed.
That particular picture, if you have it, If you have it, please let's have it.
I could get it, but not right away. It's on one of my devices.
All right, that's fine.
If someone can help us get it.
That was so amazing. The fact that you know, there were men, that a man could also be in class, all right,
and graduate.
And what happened? He was so impressed with his wife's life, and he was challenged. He was impressed, and it was like, oh my God, if my wife can do this, then and be transformed like this, don't let me dull myself. Let me get on board. Now, you can say whatever you want to say, but the truth of the matter is he has received something, and you know, his life has been improved, his life has changed based on that. And what will you do? So my question is, people say, you know, the greatest need of a woman is money, comfort. Is that really true? Based on our experience working with women, based on the heart cry of the everyday woman, really, is it really money? Is it really a comfortable life? Is it really cars and houses and money and trips abroad? You know.
Let me say this.
Good to see
Let me say this. You know,
what would you say about that?
I still share the story today. I'll say this, and then I'll share the story, and then I'll answer the question.
Because I remember it's so annoying. It's so annoying to me. Like, women are just bimbos, empty heads, empty barrels, just hanging there waiting for their prince or
Prince Charming.
Yes, I know there are empty women, just like there are empty men and empty children, empty stuff, empty bosses.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, you know, when you meet a policeman and say, I have your type at home, you know, that happened to us one time. Peter and I were driving, and then, you know, this policeman stopped us, and you know how policemen can just be. And so I'm like, oh God, what is going on? And he said, don't talk to me. I have your type at home. So Peter said, oh God, you don't have a type. You have your wife at home. But
not this type.
But you don't have a type, not this type. Definitely not this type at home. So to say, please go ahead. Sorry to but
you know. Yeah, so I wanted to tell a story. I don't know. You may remember her. Sometime in 2019, we had a particular student who walked into school and said, my friend told me about this place, and I think it's very interesting. So she came thinking, do I really want to sign up here? You know, with that air of, let me come and look at these people. If they really know what they're doing, you know, everything I see on Instagram seems to be looking good, but let me just go and see for myself. And then she came, you know, into the office, you know, with an interesting air about her and all of that. And then we started talking. And so I was asking about business and all of that. And she said, you know what, ISOA, I'm really not here to start a business. And I know this is a business school, but I don't want to start a business. At first, I was shocked. She told me, I'm the director. Exactly. Then she told me, I'm the director of a company. I have 3 kids. My youngest is 10. My husband loves me absolutely. She said, my husband is wealthy enough to send me anywhere I want to be in this world. She says, if I want to dress up in the UK, all right, wear my shoes in the US and do my hair in Australia, all in the same day, he can afford to do it for me if I decide I want to. She said, my husband is so permissive of me that if he asks me to do something and I show any sense of discomfort, he's going to step back and say, okay, don't worry. I don't want you to stress yourself. I'll get somebody to do it for you. So she has a husband that is stinkingly rich.
Hold on there. P.I.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I bet you that there's a woman watching and say, oh, God. When?
Just give me this one. Somebody shall go find me one day. She said, well, we did somebody song this for me.
Go and make your money. And
oh my God.
When the man shows up. Please go ahead. Very annoying. All
right. You know, and she said, my husband would do anything for me. I'm not one of those women who have marital problems, was what she was trying to tell me in a nutshell. She said, but I've come to a place in my life where I am empty. I don't
Wow.
know who I am. I've lost myself. She said, my youngest child is now 10 years old. They don't need me anymore. I said, okay. So you have the money. All of it.
Wake up call.
You live in Lekki, you have a driver. You can fly anywhere in the world. You can eat anything, wear anything, do whatever you like.
And your
There's
husband
somebody at your beck and call.
adores you.
And an adorable husband who can kill to make you happy. But here she was, miserable. That question you asked, Speedy, is very simple. Fulfillment, whatever gives a person fulfillment is what they pursue. Anything that does not allow a human being discover his or her potential and be established, in that thing that gives them joy, they'll keep going round and round in circles with a sense of dissatisfaction, with depression hanging over their head, wondering what is my life exactly about, because they've not found themselves. People think money is the issue, and then they pursue money, and then they get to the top of the ladder, and then
They
look
think
up and they look
money
down,
is
and they
everything.
can't find anything. Fulfillment, self-actualization. What makes you you?
Significance.
Significant,
Significance. Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
If a human being does not find that,
Mm.
a human being will never be fulfilled. There is
Nothing
I would like to say
can satisfy.
nothing, absolutely nothing. And every human being was designed like that. And that's why you see, sometimes you wonder, why are people always pursuing more, pursuing more? Okay, why do we want to earn more money? So we can be happier. Why do you want to buy that car?
But
So they can be happier.
can't buy you happy. Yeah, it can give you some kind of
Happiness
happiness,
momentarily, but it can't buy them joy.
but
Short-lived.
short-lived happiness. Because
Yeah,
if money could bring happiness, then every wealthy person should be happy.
that's it.
And
Typical
yet
of this woman.
we realize that, in the large scale of things, it's not necessary that the wealthy people are the happier. If I feel like sometimes people that are
They're not
wealthy,
most likely the happiest.
do you understand? The pressure is less. Sometimes money cannot bring
Yeah,
money is just a tool. It's not the end. I see young
that's it.
people, especially from certain tribes. All right. I see young people. Now, the truth of the matter, yes, every human being wants comfort. Every human being wants comfort. All right. And so I see young ladies in particular. You come out of school the average girl is already thinking about, you meet a boy, you're 16, you're already falling in love. You're already putting the guy's surname. I remember when I was in school in secondary school, primary, I just remembered it not too long ago. I said, I used to daydream about this boy in my class. And imagine when we'll get married. And imagine when we'll get married. And that was me. I wasn't brought up in that kind of. My mom had a career, but Dad was already dreaming of when I'll get married, and then I could imagine us grown up and all of that and stuff. I met the guy a few years ago since primary school, and I just laughed that. Oh my God, children are funny. What am I saying? Why am I saying that? When a girl, you come out of school in university, you're already thinking about marriage. Most ladies are not thinking about not that they're not, but the first thing on their mind is, I'm leaving school now. Am I in a relationship? They get depressed over it.
Married.
I'm out of school now. Am I in a relationship? Just that PD's voice is not so loud today. Am I in a relationship? And all of that. Am I in a relationship? You come out of school, you're already ashamed. Because the only thing you came out of school with was a certificate.
Degree.
And not a husband. And not a husband.
Ridiculous things that happen. I saw an interesting joke on Instagram. I think it was yesterday. And it was African parents. When you are in school, I don't want to see you with a man. I don't want to see you with a man. Who is that boy beside you? And then the moment you finish school, is there no man yet? Who are you bringing home?
You can't be eating my food. Go and marry. bring a man. Very ridiculous.
Really
All right, so
ridiculous.
we said the greatest need of a woman is not money, even though
Yeah,
we like money. And that's the truth. I mean, we like money. Who doesn't like good things? We're quality people, we're queens. All right, but we
that's
just
right.
don't like money that somebody else makes for us. We like money that we also make. So the
Mm-hmm.
question now, or the question now is, why do women make excuses? Why do women make excuses? And what are the excuses? Now, the Leading Ladies Business Institute is Africa's foremost female institute for female entrepreneurs. And yet, where are the female entrepreneurs? You know,
Mm.
they just want someone to open their brain. You know, people, they just want prayer houses, deliverance. Just deliver me from this problem. But they don't want to learn, they don't want to grow, they don't
Mm.
want to develop, they can't pay the price. Everybody says, I want to come to school. But okay, now come to school. Excuses begin.
Excuses.
So, what is the problem of women? What is our problem?
Maybe at this time we can allow people call in to tell us what they think the problems of women are. So we'll display the phone number. Yeah, so please display the phone number on the screen. Yes, so that you can
All
call
right.
in and tell us what you
Plus
think
two
the
three
problem of
four
women
seven
are.
zero four 511 3152. What is the problem of women? Why will women not get a life? Let's start from there. We don't have too much time, so we need to be quick. You can send a text, or you can send a WhatsApp message, right? You can send a WhatsApp
Yeah.
message, or you can call. If you send a WhatsApp message, I will read it out. But if you call, then I'll also give you we'll talk about that. All right. So let's continue while we wait for people
Yeah.
to either send a message or call in. Yeah.
Okay,
So
you
I mean,
know,
let's
in
talk
talking,
about, you see, people want to grow, but they can't pay the price. So let's go. Okay,
mm,
somebody's calling. All
okay.
right.
Our very first call on the show tonight.
Thank you. You're our very first caller tonight. Minister Debinkping, let's go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, PI.
Good evening.
Hi.
I think first and foremost, the problem of us women stems from when we were girls, younger girls, and our role models were Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Very true. Oh my God. You know, I never thought about that.
So we were conditioned to think a Prince Charming was coming to rescue us. Rapunzel and all the like. We're just supposed to have long hair.
And princesses don't do anything. You're just supposed to be pretty.
Yeah, I fall in love.
That was the way we were programmed. So I think that's a major problem with women. You know,
Very true.
Mm.
nothing, absolutely nothing but wait around for Prince Charming.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Bingping. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. You know, that's so profound. You know, I never saw it that way before, really. You know, are we saying we're going to stop our kids from watching Cinderella? And all the things, because that's so true. You know,
Yeah.
what you said about
And those
Cinderella,
formative years are so powerful.
just be pretty. Every girl wants to be a princess, and
Oh,
princesses don't do nothing. They're just, they're just pretty, wear nice dresses. They go to finishing school and they get married, and
they
then
fall
wait
in
for
love.
Prince Charming. They fall in love, and then wait for Prince Charming to come and sweep them off their feet on their white horse and live happily ever
Ever
after.
after.
Oh my God. Oh
That's
my
so
God. Thank
true.
you
That's
so much,
so,
Pimpy.
so
That's
true.
so true. So what do we do
That's
about
so
that? Do
true.
we say our kids should stop watching Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast and just be pretty and all of that? Okay, some say
Y-
Frozen.
You
Exactly.
know,
Frozen is a typical example. But I
example,
love
yeah.
that other sister that really said, you know what? I'm gonna live my life on my own terms. I'm gonna stop being
Mm.
afraid. I'm gonna stop, walking in other people's shadows and trying to hide my gifts, so to say. All right.
Mm.
Okay, someone says
You know,
some women have no role model. Very true.
someone says
Go
women
ahead,
make
please.
excuses because excuses are the easiest things for people to do. You know, for me, you know, in thinking about that,
That's
what
true.
you know, I think being said is so true, and it's just like mental conditioning. And you know, the formative years of children are between the ages of 0 and 7. And that's when we watch all of those cartoons. That's when we actually spend time watching all of those cartoons. You know, but if we do intentional parenting, it means that, oh, yes, they can watch cartoons, but then there must be a process of educating and re educating those kids about what life should really be about, because every child is eventually shaped by the environment and the information that they have about them. So I was discussing with a friend who is a single mom, but she has a parent, and so her son calls her dad daddy. But before she had a son, everybody used to call her dad baba. So when she was bringing her son into the home, she then said, okay, we're changing the rules here. Everybody call daddy daddy. Mommy can be called mommy or mama. All right. And then the boy developed a pet name for his own mom. How it came about that, I don't know. Right. So, you know, so she said, oh, he's coming to a state on the stage of awareness where she feels he's
Awareness.
going to soon begin to ask about daddy.
Ask.
She said, but I'm comfortable because he's calling daddy daddy and there is a daddy figure. So she said, sometimes if she beats him, she said, I'll tell daddy for you. I'll tell daddy for you. So one day he came back from school and she told him, I am your daddy and I am your mommy. All right. If anybody asks you who's your daddy and your mommy, say me. I'm your daddy and I am your mommy. And she was a bit concerned. She was asking me, what do you think? Is it the right thing? You know, do you think that he will still start asking? I said, no, just give him a few. He still has a few years to go before he understands that. But I like the fact
Understands.
that, you know, he has somebody that he can call daddy. What am I trying to say? This child does not have, I told her that he won't find out too soon. And I said, do you know why?
Yeah,
He's only
because
exposed
there's
to
no
two
vacuum.
environments. He's only exposed to two environments. He has only stayed in your house and your parents' house. It's when he goes out there and sees something
Yeah.
different, he's going to want to ask
Different.
questions.
That you start asking
Yes.
questions.
So children are really formed by the information in their environment. If we become
Mm.
intentional, you know, and I'm telling you, it can be something that we try out. If we become intentional, it will be different. So for instance, in my mom raising us as girls, we'll wear knickers. My mom will cut our hair punk, like give us a pattern. Punk haircut. Boys and girls, you almost don't know the difference. We wear sneakers. You know, so there was one part of her that would dress us all girly at some point, and that part of her that would dress us like tomboys. So we didn't see that real difference. And so it was easy to say, oh, you know, boy and girl, no real difference in our own environment, until we stepped out another world and saw, oh, okay, there are some differences anyway. You know, so environment is very important in the formative years of raising children. You know, and that's where we get most of our conditioning. You know, he said that a child is formed from the ages of 0 to 7. Whoever a
Mm.
child will be is already formed by that time. And so most of us
Yeah.
are already formed by the age of 7. The ideologies we have, our mentality, our way of thinking, reasoning, acting was all formed right from our childhood. We are only building on a foundation that has already been laid. You know, so if we become more intentional about our daughters
Mm.
from now, just like I scolded that woman, why are you telling a 5-year-old girl, is this what you will do when you get married? You're already training that child and
You're already
conditioning her to
preparing her
think,
for marriage.
yeah, that your life has no meaning until you attain this. You know, so that was a very, very important point right there.
And then
And I think it's
we have different upbringing. We have we have upbringings like boys, you do this, and girls, you do this. You
yeah,
know, we also have stuff like that. You know, you find out that it is said that okay, boys, you know, boys,
stay outside.
you clean the
Girls stay
car
in the kitchen.
or do some do outside stuff, do manly things, and then girls, you cook, you wash, you do stuff like that. You know, I think growing up, I mean, like you said, our environment, I didn't know the difference between male and female. I mean, we did everything. We grew up like human beings, you know, just human beings, and there was no difference between being male and being female. We just did everything together and all of that. And I think so we grew up like normal, like human beings, just
Yeah.
normal, okay? But stepping out, like you said, and then realizing, I mean, that happened all through secondary school, but getting to university and really just getting out there. And then
Aware,
you
becoming
realize
aware
that many women, I mean, it took me a long
are
time to
different.
realize there's a difference in male and female in that sense, as regards what you're able to achieve, what you're able to do with your life, and all of that. And then, really, I think what even brought the awareness really was women themselves. I mean, coming out of school, you know,
Mm,
out of that hiding, and then you find out that women, why are women weak? Why do women accept mediocrity?
mm.
Why do women feel like, you know, they
That's
can't
a
do
good
anything
question,
with
PD.
their
Why do
lives?
women accept mediocrity?
You know, why do we make excuses for a lack of results? You know, why
Mm.
do we make excuses for a lack of results? Why do we make excuses for our weakness? And that weakness really, is it real, or is it a self-inflicting
Inflicted.
weakness? You know, a self-inflicted problem that we brought on ourselves. But thank God we've heard so many things. We've heard when people said, you know, environment. But my
Yeah.
question is, are we gonna keep on blaming it on the environment? Are we going to keep
Mm.
on blaming it on society? Are we going to keep blaming it on our parents? Or are we going to rise up and do something about the gifts, the potentials, and the gift and the possibilities that reside within us? We hear women come and say things like, and you know, one thing that women do, we kind of like use our husbands as excuses. Oh, okay,
Mm.
so are you coming out
Very true.
today? You know, my husband, you know, so sometimes when
Says,
we don't want to do something, then we use husband and we put husbands in trouble. Then we say, oh, my husband. So the question is, or maybe not the question. My thing is, so you see a lot. Why do women always just hide behind their husbands? I know there's a composition a composition of emotional composition of women.
yeah.
All right, women were created with we are very emotional. All right, so we have like a lot of emotional components more than the man. But you see, if you don't understand the purpose of a thing, abuse will definitely be inevitable. Why are we
Absolutely.
emotional? Our emotions are put on into a lot of problems. So we observe life and do life and make decisions right from that emotional point of view. All right. So you have friends. If your friend is now you have a business partner, but she looked at you somehow, she did somehow. We allow jealousy and emotional stuff, and you know, you stop being friends, and then what happens to the business? You know,
Mm.
that emotion is more important than the business deal. It's more important. Men don't
Yeah.
think like that. Men don't think like that. Men don't judge one another like that. Do you understand? And so, but we need to understand, why do we have emotions if it's not, it is important because we're given emotions to nurture family, to nurture children. But you have to understand, emotions are poor leaders, but they are great followers.
Good
You can't
followers.
allow emotions to rule us, to overwhelm us, to so that we make decisions. You marry a man because I love him, and yet you know that this man is not good enough. You know this man is not good for you,
Mm.
but you marry him because I can't help myself. I'm just a weak bimbo, just waiting. I just want to get married because I'm tired of the society. All right. So we make marital decisions based on emotions, based on love. We make
Mm.
career decisions. We make all decisions based on how we feel, and that's not it. We need to know where emotions work, and we need to know
And where it doesn't.
where emotions don't work. We need to know where
Yeah.
your head has to be correct, and your decision has to be based on facts and figures, and not necessarily on emotion. When you're in the workplace, in the business place, you can't allow your emotions to overwhelm you. When you're
That's
at home,
true.
you can allow your emotions to flow, because your family needs that emotional component of you to feel secure, to receive love. And that's one thing men may not be able to do. Men are not that emotional.
You're not wired that way.
And they're just not wired that way. But we are wired that way. But you see, when you need to leave that wiring and configure your brain in a different way, you better be able to do that. If not, you are playing with mediocrity and you will never rise up.
Yeah.
I met a lady yesterday. I met many ladies. I met a lady yesterday, and her problem was, I have my ideas. I have things I want to do, but I don't have the confidence to do it. I don't have the confidence to do it. So I said, how is your marriage? Because usually when a woman lacks confidence, that means she doesn't have a husband that believes in her, encourages her, and all of that. So I said, so she said her marriage is great and all. Well, maybe the husband doesn't really know what to do, but she said her husband is great and all of that. She only worked for 1 year in her life, got married, started having babies, and she stopped doing anything, producing value. And right now, she has lost the ability. See, our earning ability also is like a muscle. So you must never stop producing. You must never stop producing value. Even when you're having children, build systems around your life, but don't give excuses. I just got married. I have a child. I have twins. Build systems around. Madam Adeswa has 6 children, and her career never suffered. Her career never stopped. Your life must not stop because you have children. Instead, be creative. Build systems around your life just to ensure that you're able to do all the things you need to do and not give excuses and stop being lazy, so to say. So I feel like women need to understand emotions are good, but they have their place. And you see, when you need to come out of your home, then you need to also turn on the right side of your brain and begin to think and begin to think and do stuff with your life. I think that's just the thing. Women, stop making excuses. I'm married. I have children. My children are young. I have bills to pay. I'm depressed. Whatever. When are you going to wake up? When are you going to get up? Are you going to die there? I was talking to somebody that said, she had marital issues. And I tell them, you know what? There are some things you can't solve. You tried your best. It's not working. You know what? Can you just move on in your mind? Can you kind of like get a life? Can you find a business? Can you please wake up and stop crying and stop, can you get out there and do something for your life?
Do something.
And let your husband see that, look, life is happening for you. You're not sitting down. 7 children, right? You're not just sitting down and crying. People don't understand. Women don't understand that men find strong women attractive. What do you think about that?
Very true. Men find
strong women.
Can I say something about that? The fact that
strong women attractive and inspiring. What do you say?
I want to say something about that. Earlier on this week, I had a story. Just to buttress the fact that men find strong women attractive, and that's why I have a problem with ladies who don't even allow men pursue them. You make it so cheap for the guy to marry you. Oh my goodness, let's leave that matter. So this particular lady,
it's a matter we need to discuss, but maybe we'll leave it till some other
time because it's so heated. Like, I don't get it. You want a man should not pursue you. You're not serious. Anyway, before I say what I wanted to say, so this particular lady got married, all right, and the wedding crashed within like a month. Hey, I said no. This Yoruba shop Nkambe. I said there's something there. This one Nkambe. There's something there. This one not ordinary eye. So as my friend that was telling me.
Come back to what Ejiro said. He said,
what did he say?
Not all men. Not all men. He said my ex was so scared of me becoming something. So we'll come back to that.
All right. And so I said, no, there's something in this story that how can it just end? He said, oh, it just ended that 2 weeks into the wedding, or about a month into the wedding, the guy says, oh, she comes back from work, and then he says he would like to eat, and she says, oh, babe, I'm just coming back from work, I'm tired, Lagos traffic and all of that, please now cook for us. So the guy said, please, she should go and cook Indomie. But she thought she had, I will cook Indomie for us. So long story short, a few minutes after, she comes back, and then he says, where is the Indomie? I said, I thought you said you cook Indomie for us. I already told you I'm tired, I want to sleep. She said before she finished saying that, the guy landed her slap. She said she was dazed and shocked. In that, shock. 1 month to PD, 1 month. Village people at work. So she said she was so dazed that she went to sleep. Now we know whether it's village people or what the Yoruba call her for wafa. And then she went to go and sleep. She said 6 a.m. in the morning that she heard the guy having a conversation. I don't know who she thinks he is. What rubbish! I told her to cook for me and she can't cook for me. Move in right now. I'm expecting you to move in. You will move in and come and cook for me. She said, like, as if it was, African magic movie. She couldn't believe what was going on. And then she called her dad, and her dad said, okay, you know what? She'll be coming home. I now said, please, please, please. This is not the food. Just tell me what exactly happened. Apparently, this girl proposed to herself, bought herself the ring. Her family, she paid for a wedding. I said, why will the guy not treat her like crap? Oh, why will the guy not treat her like...
Sorry, the line
okay, did you hear what I said?
I didn't get that.
What was the last thing you heard?
Wow.
Can you hear me? Oh. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, now you're back. When you said, yes, now you're... When I said call that dad said to come home, and then you said...
Okay, I can hear you.
Hello?
What's the last thing you heard? Okay, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Okay, where her father said she should come home.
Oh, yes, her father said she should come home. Apparently, what had been happening, she was the one that bought her ring. She bought her ring for the wedding. She paid for the wedding. I mean, she literally proposed to herself. I mean, how will the guy not just treat her like trash and like crap?
She bought her ring for the wedding.
She bought the ring.
Wait, excuse me.
She bought the ring
for the wedding?
Yes. She literally proposed to herself. And then somebody will not say, oh, all these young guys, why is the wedding not working? Why is something not happening and that not happening? I mean, she laid the foundation for failure. Can you hear me, PD? Okay.
Wow. I think we're having really, really bad technical issues here. Wow. All right. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me, please? Okay, Amanda is out. Oh, wow. I think PI is out. All right, if you can hear me, I mean, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. That's insane. That's really insane. And you see, we're still going to discuss that issue of, should a man pursue a woman, or, how far is too far when it comes to a man pursuing a woman before marriage? And what are the things that women even need to negotiate when it comes to marriage? We get to the marriage part of it. All right, I'm going to just look at what someone said, and then we'll round off tonight. I think we just have to round off tonight. I think Pia is finding it difficult to get back on board. All right, so she said her own ex, okay, you're back. So sorry about that. Okay. All right,
I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Because
Yes,
the
yes,
network doesn't send us out again. All right, go ahead, please.
yes. So yeah, she bought the ring for herself, literally arranged the wedding for herself. And that was how, boom, the wedding, they spent so much money, invested so much emotions, brought a family from different
Is she
places,
old?
ended in 1
Why
month.
was
And
she so
the
desperate?
shame she
Is
was
she
trying to
old?
avoid of being single, no, in her 30s. In her 30s. Well, it's just
Yeah,
that
most women
desperation
think
that
once you're
people
30,
feel.
you're already old.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's over once they can't get married.
So they have to work it out by themselves. They have to make it happen. Like, that's
Yeah,
so stupid. In
and that
as
was
much
how
as I
it
don't,
came to an end. Yeah,
in as much as I don't believe so much in all this
very,
heavy bride price and
very, very.
but I still think that all of those things kind of help to put some value
Okay, I can
on the
hardly
woman.
hear.
Oh, you can't hear. Oh, wow. Wow. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Is it? Oh, wow. Wow. It looks like it's now PI's turn to really have it really bad. All right, so I'll just round off on this note. Okay, so she says, not all men that her ex, okay, not all men, my ex was so scared of me becoming something. And I always tell women, he just didn't wake up that way. All right, but you did not see the signs of insecurity before you got married. And that's the truth. And I think also that when you now discovered that this man is insecure and is not going to allow you thrive and be what you want to be, so what do you do? Do you reduce your standard just so that you can please and keep your marriage? What do you do? Do you just condescend and agree that that's the way it is? So my husband doesn't want me to develop myself. My husband doesn't want me to succeed in life. So it's okay to be a mediocre. Or what do you do? I think a lot of women don't understand what is most important. Yeah, marriage is important, but marriage is not everything. All right? Marriage is not everything. And sometimes when you're not ready to lose it, you can't gain it. If you're ever going to be able to gain your marriage, you must be able to lose it. What do I mean by that? Nobody really has
That's
a
right.
right to tell you, you know, what is inside you, the dreams you have or the dreams you don't have. So whether the person is your father, your mother, your sister, your teacher, your friend, your husband, your wife, nobody has a right, a human right to tell another person don't fulfill your dreams. I don't care what the situation is. And it doesn't matter who that person is. So, like I always tell people, you don't need permission to be whatever you want to be. So, someone says, I don't want you to succeed. I don't want you to go out there. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. You know what?
What?
Submission does not mean destroy yourself in the process of submitting to somebody else's will. It doesn't even violate your own human will because you want to please somebody else. All right. Let your
Wow.
husband know this is who I am.
Absolutely.
This is what makes me happy. As long as it does not, it's not a fundamental issue in your family. It doesn't destroy somebody else. It doesn't
True.
destroy somebody's life. But I want to, this is what makes me happy. My happiness is very important
Happy.
because if I'm not happy, then nobody else can be happy because happy people cannot give anything. So what happens? I have to do what I need to do. I need to do this. Now it's up to him to decide, do you want to be with me or not? but I'm not going to condescend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose myself. I'm not going to fall into depression. I'm not going to die before my time. Because if you don't fulfill your purpose, if you don't find fulfillment and do that which you were created for, what happens? You'll get into depression. I'm not ready to die. I have a life ahead of me. So it's
Very
up
true.
to that person, whether it's a friend, a husband, anybody, to decide, do I want to be with you? Do I want to accept you for who you are and be with you or not? But you know what, guy? This is me. And I'm not going to pretend, or I'm not going to continue to pretend to be somebody I'm not. This is who I am. This is what makes me happy. This is what I need to do. And I'm going to ask you to please, it's not going to affect anything, but do you have a problem with me thriving? Do you have a problem with, how am I going to be a good help to you? How am I going to help you become better if I'm not
Good
good
question.
enough?
Yeah.
And the same men you're trying to please or whoever, they go out there and they
Very
see their
true.
sharp colleague at work. They see their sharp colleagues, they see their sharp neighbor's wife, and then, they're like, can't you see this person? At the same time, he tells you don't be that. So you can't please anybody. There's a song PV reminded me of yesterday by Ebenezer Obey. Very funny, philosophical, foolish song, but very true. A man goes out and ride with his donkey
Very
and
true.
his son, and then he's sitting on the horse, on the donkey, and the son is walking. And then passers-by say, this man is so wicked. Look at him. He's riding on the donkey. His son is walking on the ground.
Sitting
So he
on the
gets off the
donkey.
donkey,
The son is
puts
walking.
his son on the donkey, and is walking. And then the same people, look at this man, he's such a big fool. He's walking. His young son is riding on the donkey. So after that, he said, okay. He put himself and his son, they start walking, and the donkey is walking by itself. They say, look at them. You have a donkey. You won't ride it. So it's like, what do people really want from me?
Fools.
And, if in as much as
They
that
can't
is so
ride.
stupid, but that's so real. The truth is, once you realize and understand, I can't
Then
please
they both
anybody.
get on the donkey.
Do you understand? Once you know that you cannot please everybody, not your
They both
parents,
get on the donkey.
they both,
Yeah. Not everybody. Not everybody.
you can't please
No, so they
everybody.
both get on the donkey and then they say they want to kill the
They
donkey.
want them, but they both now get on the donkey. They say they want to kill the donkey. So what exactly, and that's where women are. Your husband says, look at my colleague. You're not looking fine enough. My friend is coming, dressed fine, look fine, but you already have low self-esteem. Can't you do makeup like Mrs. Jones? Do you understand? At the same time, your
Does
husband
it?
said, don't do anything with your life. Just cook, clean, take care of the children. And my question, excuse me, when did you become a property? When did you become a baby to be told what to do? That you don't have a brain anymore to know exactly what is good for you as a human being? That is my question. That is the issue I have with women. Because we feel like when we get married, there's a school of training that trains women how to be stupidly submissive, because we don't even understand what submission is. Submission doesn't mean don't do anything. Jump up, lie down, sleep, get on the bed, do this, back like a dog, like Coming to America Part 1. And then we just do it. So really this is really, really something that women just need to think about. All right. Somebody's asking a question, that how does one break out of low self-esteem? Can you just answer that? Then we close on this question. The question is, what brought about this low self-esteem? That's the question. Is it you know, upbringing? Is it poverty? Is it marriage? Is it inability to produce results? You know, what really is the cause of what really is the cause of this low self-esteem? PI, do you want to take that? Because I'm asking, it depends on what the cause of this of the esteem issue is. That's when you can really prefer a solution.
A
All right,
solution
because
to it. Right?
yeah, but I mean, what do you want? Do you have anything to say about that? It's just such a vague, it's such a vague. It will look offensive. All right, well,
Mm.
you know, your husband is your husband. If you can't talk to your husband, who else can you talk to? Because someone says, how do we convey these things? That because it will
Mm.
look offensive. You look for the right time, you look for a good time, and
Yeah.
then you really open up and say, you know, my darling, my husband, I love you. If you can't say, type it, send a mail, send a message, WhatsApp, say we really need to talk. There's something eating me up. There's something killing me. I remember one lady said her husband had stopped her from doing something she really, really, really wanted to do. And she said, afterwards, she saw she was dying. I just need to find myself. And they said 3 a.m. in the morning or 2 a.m. or something in the morning, you know, she woke her husband up and started wailing. Just kill me, just kill me. And the husband was like, oh my God, what is this? What happened? And he said, just kill me. Because if you say I can't do this, you are killing me. So just take a knife and kill me. And the husband would say, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. And all of that. Now, the truth of matter, if you had a donkey, wouldn't you ride?
Yeah.
Now, if you present yourself as a donkey, you will be
You
ridden.
be reading.
What does the Bible say in Matthew 6? It says, in Matthew 5:13, it says, you are the salt of the earth. But the salt loses its savor. It is good for nothing but to be
But
trodden
to be
under foot
holding
by
up that
men.
foot. Yeah.
How very on point that scripture is. You know, so marry your friend. And even if, yeah, things have happened, get a right time. And
Mm-hmm.
let him know that there's something bugging me that I
Yeah.
need to talk
To
about.
talk about.
There's something affecting me badly. I'm dying slowly. And then explain to him, these things are very important to me. It's not going to affect my whatever. It's not going to affect whatever I do, but I feel I've come to that time. I don't want to be depressed. Because if I'm
Mm.
depressed, you know, I don't want to be depressed. I need to do this thing. And I just have to do this thing. Do you understand? Let him know
Yeah.
how you feel. Let him know how you feel. Because obviously, along that, you must have sold yourself short from the beginning
Mm.
because you did not negotiate. And like Madam Adaku said, most women get married without knowing themselves. So
That's
what happens
right.
is you now discover yourself in marriage
Along
and then
the
it becomes
journey.
a problem. And the guy's not used to this new
This
you.
kind of person,
He's
yeah.
wondering what's going on
What's
here.
going on?
This is not the deal because you actually did not negotiate before you go into marriage. All right, Pia, I'd like you to just say one last word so we can close tonight.
All right. You know, I watched an interview with Oprah, tonight, with a well-known celebrity, and she asked the woman one question. She said, how does it feel to be called, to hear your husband refer to you as my wife? And then the lady laughed, and then she said, well, I made a decision not to marry, but I just wanted to know how it feels. And then this lady goes ahead to say, married is good, is beautiful, and all of that. But the only thing I'm going to tell women is get a life before you get married.
That's
And,
right.
and that's what I just want to leave women with here. Know yourself, know what you want out of life, know where you're going, and be ready to pursue it. I saw a question, maybe we'll tackle that next week. And the person says, what if you are also told to submit your dreams? You were dreaming before you were married.
Marriage is not a prison yard.
You know, God
Marriage
gave
is
you those
good.
dreams. Yeah,
Marriage
beautiful
is
and
for
to be
men.
enjoyed.
Human beings have destroyed the concept. Marriage itself is good. The kind of marriage that God orchestrated or
Yeah,
initiated is good. So you submit your dream on the basis of submission.
If I like it, you can do it. If I don't, you can't do it. God gave every human being the ability to dream, and it's free.
Even
Just like we tell
God cannot
people,
stand against your will.
that's
Would
it.
never, does
That
not want to stand against. Why would a human being want to stand against another human being's will? So, what would you say to married women that have found themselves in this situation?
get a life. Get a life ASAP. You know,
Register with Leading Ladies Business
ladies,
Institute.
Petey, one of the
Get
things I want
empowered,
to talk
because
about.
most women are, until you're empowered, you can't make a decision.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why, I'm believing that sometime during this show, we can get to talk about the importance of positive networks and relationship in the place of the 21st century woman. Nobody was created to be an island. Success cannot be done alone. There's somebody pulling
That's
you up the
true.
ladder. There's somebody holding you by the side, and there are those supporting you under. It's a 360-degree relationship involved in success. So we'll talk about the importance of positive relationships and networks, and why it's important for women to be in these networks. Because again, the same women, that we're all trying to profess solution will say things like, me, I don't like women's gathering. Why won't you like women's gathering?
Exactly.
I mean, the right ones. And there are many good women's gatherings everywhere. At least we have one, and it's the leading lady
That's
at
right.
the leading ladies, business institute. And we'll talk all about that. Because without being empowered, you can't make the right decisions. You don't even have a direction in life. You don't know where you are going, and you definitely don't know how to get there. And until
That's
all those
right.
things are clear, you still keep on going round and round in circles. Years will pass.
That's
2021
right.
is going again, and people are asking themselves questions like, what have I done with my life? But you
That's
can't
right.
make a decision today, by taking this stand
That's
to do
right. That's
something
right.
starting now. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Please help me put up the phone number so that if you have questions or stuff, you can send it to admin. I will get it. We will get it and respond. All right. Please. That's Woman Palaver line. Please help me put up Woman Palaver line +2347045113152. Thank you so much for showing up on today's Woman Palaver. Thank you so much, PI, for your contributions. And until next week, mwah. Thank you for everyone who showed up today. God bless you. Please keep sharing it and
Thank you,
sharing it
guys.
on Facebook. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Thank you so much.
All
And
right.
please
Thank
like
you.
on YouTube. Um, Subscribe and like, comment, whatever on YouTube. Thank you. Please put our YouTube, whatever, for people. You have the YouTube link, right? So you can just subscribe and like, and share it with women in your world or men also who need to hear this. Thank you. Until next week. God bless you. Have a great
Thank
weekend. Don't
you.
forget, when women worship tomorrow. Join us when women worship tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at number 18 Akin Shemoy Street, Obode Thomas, Surulere, Lagos. Come on, join us, join us, join us, join us. Thank you all so much. God bless you and have a good night. Thank you. PR is out.